Welcome to the Wild Type Podcast. I'm Neptune and Chameleon.
I'm Lyssa Lizards.
And we're your Reptile Girlies. All right, second episode of the new year.
2026.
Should we start out with your hair update or my story time?
Oh, that. I've been waiting for you to tell this on the pod because this is unfortunately one of those times that because you guys obviously know, we've talked about this many times, we pre-recorded all of our December episodes. So this was something that she has been sitting on the story and I did get to hear it before you guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I sent a voice memo because I was like, I can't not tell you, and text would not suffice.
No, they would not.
So my only option was a voice memo. But yeah, that happened in December, but after we had already filmed the remaining episodes, so now that we're back in studio, then I can tell a story. So this is what happened. I was in my conference room, at work or whatever, and I was eating my lunch in between meetings, and people were all hanging out, whatever. I'm just
I know. I'm trying not to giggle already.
Because it's funny. So I'm just sitting there with my lunchbox, haven't already eaten my lunch, and then the guy sitting next to me goes, "What's that? Is that cricket?" And he's like, "I think it's a baby cricket." And sure enough, it was a tiny baby cricket that 100% came from my lunchbox.
Because, let's be honest, reptile keepers, we know the difference between our bugs and just the bugs of life. Right?
I'm also in a very tall corporate office, so there's there's no bugs on this floor, period, just because of how high up I am.
Bugs don't exist on this floor.
Additionally, this was not a wild cricket. This was a captive, born and bred baby cricket. And I was like, whoa, how'd that get there?
Crazy. Why would there be a cricket here?
And luckily, I don't think it was obvious that it came from my lunchbox. No one saw it jump out of my lunchbox. And I was trying to get the cricket. And he's like, no, you can it's okay. You can just leave it. And I'm like,
you're like, sir, you don't understand that I am responsible for it.
So I was like, okay. So there is, I don't know if it's still alive at this point.
It's probably not.
But there was at one point a baby cricket in the conference room of this corporate office just hanging out. So that
how many times do we look across the floor of the reptile room and there's just a bug there, or a house, because they get out everywhere. Imagine that happening at your office. I can't.
I was mortified.
I would have been so mortified.
But
thank God nobody knew.
No one knows I have reptiles.
No, thank God nobody knew.
It certainly doesn't know that I'm breeding baby chameleons and therefore have thousands of baby crickets.
The fact that the man said baby cricket, I'm like,
yes.
I immediately, I probably would have been messing on my computer, taking notes, whatever, baby cricket. Immediate.
So it happened.
Oh my God.
And I just had this jolt of panic of oh no, my secret's about to be revealed.
My cover has been blown.
Yes, that's kind of how it felt. And then I was like, how do I be cool and not be oops, sorry, that was mine.
Oh my God.
But it was a tiny cricket.
I was crying laughing when you sent me that voice memo. I couldn't get past it.
I will say I am at the point where before I put my shoes on, I flip them upside down.
Yeah.
To make sure there's not.
Yeah, you don't want to be sitting in cricket all day.
In there.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my family members that came in for my birthday went through TSA and found a cricket.
I didn't know that.
In their bag.
I didn't know.
This is just kind of the state of
your current situation.
My life at the moment.
Give it 6 months and there will probably be no more, right? They'll all eventually die off at some point.
Yeah, that's, I will say, perk of crickets in this scenario is the short lifespan.
Yes, but that's typically a negative.
Yes.
That's typically a con.
Could you imagine if I was using tiny roaches? They'd just be everywhere, and they would live forever.
Well, and they would live forever, and you can't have that. Yeah, so that is the one benefit to crickets and fruit flies. They don't last too long.
No.
So.
But it was my story time. And I was dying. dying laughing.
I'm still not over it. I'm just imagining how I would react, because in my circumstance, I would be sitting there, I would be typing just like I just said. But the difference is, because everybody at my office knows my situation.
Yep.
If somebody saw a baby cricket in my conference room, every eyeball would be on me.
Yeah, they would know it's you.
Every eyeball.
And I'm like,
and I would just be like,
get there?
oh, so crazy. I've never seen one of those before.
Is that a mealworm? I think that's a mealworm.
So odd. What are the legs? I don't know. Just playing as dumb as you can.
So it happened.
Oh, incredible.
If you've had a similar experience, let us know. If you've had one of your feeder bugs escape in your place of work.
Or anywhere else. I would love to know, like, have they showed up at your mother-in-law's house? Have they showed up
I've had one in my car.
Yeah. Oh, same.
Yeah. Recently, that was, because I think they were in my bag, and then
ever since
got a ride.
Ever since I had a bunch of, like, those superworms escape that we talked about, like, there was one on the ceiling one time. There was a beetle on the ceiling one time.
That's why people ask me, because they're like, oh, live bugs, I'm not so sure about that. And they're like, will they escape? I'm like,
yes.
Yeah. I'm not.
Will they? Every time.
It's not an if, it's a when.
Every time.
And you can take all the precautions.
There's really...
You will absolutely end up... No, it will not be like an infestation.
No,
I think that's what people's fear is. Like, these bugs are take over.
Yeah.
These roaches are going to take over.
Will there be the occasional loose bug? Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Whether it's your fault or not, because I have absolutely forgotten to put the lid back on my hornworms before. Sometimes they crawled everywhere.
Sometimes a dog may knock them over or something. Like, there's so many...
I dropped 1,000 crickets before.
Yep. I had 500 superworms chew through a cardboard box. You know?
It happens.
Happens to the best of us. But, yeah. So
there's my story time. But the other thing we needed to discuss was your haircut.
It's finally here. 6 months in the making. I finally did it. It's
so cute.
Thank you. I love it so much. And so today that we're filming, we are caught up on our filming. It is New Year's Day. And so last night we went out to a DJ show. And so it was my first, I literally got it cut yesterday. So it's barely been
fresh.
So fresh. It's like barely been 24 hours. Like, I still haven't even played around curling it. Like, there's so much I like haven't messed with yet. But I did wear it. It's my hair. Obviously I wore it. But like, I did have my hair cut for New Year's Eve last night at our concert. And it was so much fun. Yay! Having short hair at a concert. Because I was dancing and I was just like,
it's so light.
I was like flipping it around everywhere. I was like,
that makes me so happy.
It was literally the most fun experience to just like toss my hair constantly all night.
I just feel like you're like exuding so much joy.
Thank you.
And excitement. It looks so good on you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So good. And I am
excited.
Very excited for all the different like styles you can do.
There's so many things.
Like, how was it washing it though?
Dude, it felt so nice because the amount of shampoo I had to use was so small, like the tiniest bit of shampoo.
I know, my hair is getting pretty long right now, so I gotta like really...
Like my shampoo bottles are about to last forever.
Well, I'm sure it dries. I mean, your hair dries quick.
My hair
already,
dries, when my hair is like almost waist length, it dries in like 10, 12 minutes. So like minute and a half flat. I mean, that's awesome. Instant. It was so nice. I was worried that like short hair was going to be harder to maintain because you have to style it a little bit. But I think because my hair is so like fine and doesn't have a lot of like volume and stuff, like really all I have to do so far is like some hairspray just to give it a little bit of volume, a little bit of like sea salt spray, like texturizing spray, something like that. And it's that easy.
Yeah, I feel like when you've got like curly hair it's or more textured hair, then you do have to be thoughtful of like what kind of cut you want, of like how the layers are going to lay so that your like curls or waves, whatever you have, like sit nicely. Yeah. Because if I cut my hair that exact same haircut just straight across, it'd be just a poof ball.
Totally. Yeah.
And 100%. I would just like just stick out and like would not sit nicely.
But I've also seen some short haircuts with curly haired girls, and it is stunning too.
Right. You just have to be thoughtful of like the layers and framing pieces and things like that. So,
and I'm sure you have to go to like a stylist who is like specific with curly hair, like all the things, like there's all those things. But I just keep waiting for like the other shoe to drop, and I keep waiting for me to like put on that outfit where I like hate it, you know, because like as you're like,
I mean, it has been 24 hours.
that's why I'm like I keep waiting.
But I do think you
really
made a fabulous choice.
I think so too. Thank you. I'm very excited.
Even if it's been a couple weeks, couple months, I think you'll still be thrilled with it. With like how happy you are about it.
It's funny because like I knew that I was gonna like it. I felt really confident. Like I felt really confident that I was gonna like it, but I just didn't expect to like it this much.
That's good. Also, you're not really the person who like makes comments about your longer hair.
Yeah.
Like you I don't remember you being like, oh, I really love my hair this long. Or
I've never had.
You're not a big ponytail person either.
No, I've never really had like, I know some women and you know, men too, anybody. Some people just have like really big like attachments to their hair.
That's me.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I just have never felt super attached to it. I've always kind of like every year I would do what I called like a big chop, but it was never this short. It was always kind of like just a little bit lower than like shoulders, collarbone. And that was my like big chop. I would always chop like once a year, like 6 inches, like 4 to 6 inches or something. And so like for me, it's always been a little bit ritual of like every year I would do like a chop. But this year just feels like a little bit, I don't know, more symbolic because it's a much bigger chop. But I just like really feel, I don't know, like I really just feel a lot more like energized about it. And
that's what I'm saying. I can tell.
It just feels like I cut off some dead weight. And like, honestly,
I'm
like,
here for it.
Like y'all know, like the last like few years, I just feel like I've been so heavy. And so we've all gone through a lot. Everybody's gone through a lot. Like I know I certainly have. And I don't know. I just feel like life's been so serious. And now I just feel like I'm having fun. It's really exciting.
Do it. Also, like, well, I'm thinking about like your wedding and having long enough hair to have it in whatever style you want. Like you're past that. So like you can also just like rock the short hair and like be totally good with it.
Yeah. Like there's nothing that I'm in fact, like for yoga and stuff, the shorter hair is actually kind of beneficial because I don't have to like put it up all the time. There's just so many things that like it's just very freeing.
No, I'm still actively trying to grow out my hair.
Your hair's so long. What do you mean?
Well, it wasn't this long like 2 years ago because before that I hadn't got a haircut in like 2 years. So the split ends just like I had so much breakage.
Yep.
So I have religiously been getting my hair trimmed every quarter.
Yeah.
Like 3 months on the dot, I've been getting it trimmed to try. And I feel like I'm finally at a point where I have length. So like now I'm just trying to like maintain that.
It's so funny because I feel like you've always just had long hair. I can't picture you with anything shorter.
It's been like armpit.
I guess that's fair.
Length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just always seemed so long to me.
Yeah. And I mean, because I've always been known as the redhead. Like that's my hair has been a defining characteristic.
It's a part of your identity.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I am like emotionally attached.
No, 100%. 100%.
To my hair. And I have had shorter hair, like short, like short hair. And I just wasn't.
Part of the reason I was nervous about it, even though I knew I'd love it, I was nervous about it because I haven't had hair this short since when I was 16, I did a big chop and I went this short. It was actually almost this exact same length, maybe a little shorter. But when I was 16, I was in college or high school from like 2007 to 2011. So like this was like the height of like the deep side bang era. So my high school short hair was very much giving Karen. And when I was trying to decide about getting my cut, I was literally looking back at some of my high school pictures like, okay, did I like it or was it? And I was looking, I was like, it's so Karen. It's so Karen.
It's not even a fair comparison because the bangs do make it completely different.
It makes such a big difference. And so like I kept looking at the pictures and I was like, no, I like the length. It's just the bangs I can't get on board with.
So, no, it truly looks fabulous. I'm so excited to see all the different styles and like the ones
I feel like I've unlocked a new personality and it's very fun.
I'm here for it. You need like an alter ego.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay. So we did story time, hair, I guess.
Update,
recap. Yeah. So to get into like the meat of this episode, I feel
that's the first time you've said that this year. The meat of the episode.
Do I say that a lot?
Yes. I do it too. We both say it. It's not just you.
Man.
We both say it. I'm said
trying
it countless
to think
times.
of something besides meat.
The substance.
To get into we say main topic a lot.
Yeah, of course we do. Segment.
to get into our discussion conversation, I don't know. The thing we would like to spend some time talking about
discussing today
on the agenda. No, I don't know what else. How did I wrote it down in like some way that I thought was like good.
It was really good.
But I forgot. So this is what I have to write. This is why I texted you because I knew I'd forget. Do we regret being reptile girlies?
Yes.
Right? Is kind of like the big synopsis. And with that, like reptiles in your identity.
Yes. Which I feel like is very fitting given just some of the stuff we were talking about before.
Honestly, though.
Yeah.
Of like how reptiles become part of your personality. And I feel like this has so many layers. And if you're listening to this podcast, like you get it to some extent or another layer, either at like you're about to enter into that journey, you're in the thick of it, or you have been for so long that you've been a reptile girly longer than you've not been.
I don't remember that not being part of my personality. Like, and I'm sure countless of us feel that way.
Almost like my whole adulthood has been as like a reptile keeper.
100%.
Okay, so I wrote down a couple things with this. So like being the reptile girl at work.
Which is very fitting with your story time.
Or socially.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like this is something we've both experienced being friends who have reptiles. And like you're my only real life friend who has reptiles and vice versa. So I distinctly remember when we started becoming friends, more than just friends who go to reptile expos together, but like I think it was probably like your birthday party.
Probably.
That would have been what, like 2019?
It was definitely I was in my blue sparkly dress. Correct.
Was that 2019?
Yes, that was 2019. That was going into 2020.
No one knew my name.
None of my friends knew you. Yeah, 100%.
They just knew me as your reptile friend.
Was that the first of my birthday parties that you got that I invited
That's
you to?
That's the one I remember.
Because we met in 2018, so that would track like time-wise. Yeah, that makes sense.
Beginning of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'd be like, hi, I'm so-and-so. And they'd be like, hi, I'm Jim or whatever.
Yeah.
And I could tell it was not clicking like, who I am. And I was like, oh, I'm like her reptile friend.
Yeah.
Oh, the chameleon girl. Like that's immediately how I was known.
Yeah.
For I would say a good
years.
2-3 years.
Years.
Before people knew me as like
your name and who you are. And
more than just I didn't have to put an asterisk of the reptile friend. I could just be your friend.
Like your friend, yeah.
And then I switched to the podcast friend.
But it's so interesting to me that's even like you just said, there's so many layers to this topic, and I feel like we could talk about this for hours. But it's so interesting that is even a what's the word? A defining thing. It's so interesting to me because
it's an identifier of
that's
who
the
you
word
are.
I was looking for. Thank you. Yep. I was like, what was that word? I was like, it's so interesting to me that reptiles are specifically exotic pets of any kind to me, more so than other hobbies. It feels like it is such an identifier and just such an interesting way. And I don't know why it is. I mean, there's a number of layers and reasons why. It's just so fascinating that it's
unique, right? And it separates you, right? Just like how having red hair, right? That's a unique characteristic. I have also been introduced as they're like, oh, this is so-and-so. And I'm like, she has a Dalmatian.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of thrown in there. And I'm
it's just fascinating to me.
Which is not a part of the conversation. They just use that as an identifier.
Yeah. It's just so interesting because I try not to classify people in any way like that in my head when I'm making new friends or meeting people or in social circles. But it's just so interesting to me that is such a thing that humans just do all across the board. They just assign you to a group or to a category. And it's it's just so fascinating.
Yeah. And then also there's the work element. So we've talked about this because we've had recent story times and such.
Oh yeah.
But I intentionally chose at this job to not tell people that I have reptiles, whereas previously I've been very open about it. When you join a team and they're you make an about me slide, and it's your hobbies, your family, your interests, your favorite food or something, right? And I'll put that I have reptiles on there. And I've had mixed reviews. Some people think it's cool. I had a manager at one point was please don't ever post pictures about them in our like Teams chat because she just had this like phobia
Oh, wow.
of like reptiles, and like came from a culture where like it was just unusual to have pets, period.
Oh,
like that just was
interesting.
not something she like grew up with, and so that the concept of pets was weird, but then the concept of having reptiles as pets was like extra like hard for her to grasp.
I have thoughts about that.
But I was like, okay, like, sure. I mean, it's fine. It's not like I'm posting daily pictures of my pets in the group chat, but it's fine.
I don't think that should be allowed to be requested. It certainly wouldn't be requested for anybody with dogs. So I think that's crazy, but that's another topic for another
But like
day.
I've had those experiences where
Yeah, of
I've
course.
chosen to talk about it, and I know you're kind of going through it at the moment with
Yeah.
your job because you like you talk about it. I'm not gonna talk for you. I was
You
like,
could. You could. That's the problem with being such good friends is we could just tell everything.
So what she thinks is
what she means is. No.
what she's actually trying to say.
The point she's attempting to make. Anyway.
I'll stay quiet.
We're really giggly today. Anyway.
It's the hairdo.
It is. I'm just chipper. So, okay. So I have had an interesting, like my relationship with like my job, my identity in reptiles has been very, very interesting to me my whole life because, with like, I started keeping reptiles at 16, you guys know, but I wanted them before that. And I was always the kid who loved the crocodile hunter. I was always the kid who was playing in the dirt. I was always the kid who was playing in the creek bed with the worms and the frogs and all the things. Like that was always me. So as I got older, it was interesting to me to like not be known as that in a kind of way. But then I did, like when I was in college, I tried to hide it a little bit more. I never hid it, but it just wasn't at the forefront, if that made sense. Like I had other life priorities. I had other social things going on.
Sure.
And I only had one reptile at the time. So he just lived in my home and, whatever. So then when I got into like my career, it was in 2016 that I got Barney, and that was kind of the door open to me getting all of my reptiles. So when I got Barney, I was in a job that was a very small agency. It was when I started, I was one of the first 7 employees. So it was very, very small, very, very tight-knit family feel. I mean, we outsourced HR. Like it was very like, so it was a very tight-knit group. And because of that, there weren't boundaries, and not in a negative way. I mean that in a very positive way. Like everybody knew everything about each other's life. And so my reptile journey just very much started accelerating while I was in that work environment.
Right.
So it was, everybody always knew about
Right, because you would
reptiles.
you would go to an expo, and then you get an animal, and they're like, "What'd you do this weekend?"
And
you're
I
like,
would just tell them.
I went to an expo, I got this animal.
Yeah, exactly. And so it never, as I was coming up in my like reptile keeping, I never considered that I should maybe have a boundary with work, or that I should maybe don't want to be known as that, because it was just always out in the open. So it was interesting. And then when I switched from that job, it suddenly was like, oh, I don't have to tell people about this. That's interesting. Okay, how do I feel about that? Like, do I want people to know? And so it's kind of interesting as you go through life, like how that handles it. But right now, and I've had a couple of jobs where I haven't told anybody about it, but for the most part, I think I've only had 1 or 2 jobs where people haven't known, and those have been very short-lived. So right now, the job I'm in, it actually wasn't really my choice to, for people to know or not, which is so funny. I got the job I have now from a former boss who I love dearly, and we're very, very good friends, and she's now a coworker who is incredible. But she was very proud of me because I was coming from working for myself in social media. So when I had my interview, she put my link to my Instagram in the like interview invite. And so everybody knew pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And because she was just proud of me and wanted to share, which is so sweet. But now I'm like, oh my God, everybody knows. And our boss is like following my Instagram. I'm like, oh.
It's also different when it's not your choice.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
And I experienced this because I went to my boyfriend's holiday party, and similar to like your boss, who's like very proud of you and excited and 100%. Thinks this is like so cool about you, he told all his coworkers that I have chameleons and that I do this and that I do this. And,
because he's proud of you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. And they're like, you have chameleons, right?
And you're like, Oh God.
I was like, oh, I didn't know that you knew that
Right.
about me.
Right.
Which you either think it's cool or you think it's weird. Like it's one of two ways. I will say chameleons usually are very positively received.
Totally.
In
totally.
the scale of reptiles.
Of the scale, they're at the top of the list of like accepted.
Scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like not often. The thing that always weirds people out is like the bugs and stuff. But like chameleons themselves, people are usually pretty chill about. But like I didn't volunteer that information. I wasn't the one to tell that. Like he told them, and again, well intended. I didn't know that you knew this thing about me.
And like as reptile keepers, we are so painfully aware of the fact that our hobby and our pets are not necessarily always societally accepted, right? Yeah. So we're very aware of that. So it's not even so much that like we wouldn't want people to know. It's the fact that we know how that could or could not be perceived.
Do you feel sometimes that like either they found out or you tell them and you feel a little bit of like, I don't know, kind of like a little wall of like brace yourself of
every
like
time.
what the response is, and they're either go, wow, that's really cool, and you immediately go, or they're like, ew, that's weird, and then you kind of have to like defend yourself.
So I would argue that at least, and I'm sure every reptile keeper has probably had at least one experience where somebody has said to their face, ew, that's weird. But what I would argue is the more common thing is I don't judge it by what they say. I judge it by the look on their face. After I say the words, yeah, I keep reptiles. I have 7 lizards and 3 snakes. Because that's usually my line. Just when people ask, they're like, you have reptiles? How many do you have? What do you have? I'm always just spit out, I keep reptiles. I have this many. I watch their face. I don't care what they say. Because what they say usually comes after what their face shows.
The initial gut reaction.
And I don't, and the great part about where I am and my reptile keeping and in my life and just everything, I don't care what that outcome is. But I will react to it. It not in like a negative way, but like how I will move with that person hinges on that facial reaction every time. And if I get a negative feeling immediately, I'm like, okay, that's the most I'll be interacting with you for the rest of the night or forever. It's
depending,
like to me, it's very much like the facial expression is so clear to me.
Okay, this is another perspective. When you want privacy, but also want to educate with consideration of like also being online. And this is the thing too, is like, we are no longer just reptile keepers. We are no longer just pet keeper hobbyists. Yeah. Like it is now multi-layered of like, we are now on social media. People have opinions about that. We have a podcast. People have opinions about that. We now have multiple businesses associated with this. People have opinions about that. I'm now a breeder, right? People have opinions about that. Like it is so much more than just, I keep reptiles.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like trying to find the balance of like wanting to educate and like pour our passion into like these outlets,
but also wanting to protect yourself from any negativity or like bad energy about it.
Yes.
Like, that's not something I don't want to be in that situation if I don't have to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also knowing when to like tell people about all of that stuff too. And sometimes again, you're in control and you get to like choose a narrative, and other times they're just scrolling on TikTok and you pop up. And then you get a random message, or I have found out months, if not years later, of like, oh yeah, you popped up on my FYP like a couple months ago. And I was like, I had no idea. Because again, I don't know that you know this thing about me.
Right, unless you talk to me about it.
Which I'm not hiding. I'm not embarrassed about. I'm just maybe not like
being super...
Maybe that's not all I want to be known for, right?
That to me was always my biggest thing, like especially with dating or whatever. And like I have plenty of like friends or coworkers or, whatever, anybody who will, for lack of better terms, like out me in that way. Like and it happens all the time. I'm like, oh my God, why did you just say that? I would like to say 3 other fun facts about me before we get to that fact, okay? Because there's a lot of other fun facts.
That's exactly.
That's not the only thing of interest in my life.
Yeah.
It's, it's like there's so much more to us. And I think reptile keepers are very obvious, stating the obvious, super misunderstood, categorized, generalized, like all these things. And so it's important to a lot of us reptile keepers that we get out the other sides of us other than just that.
Yes. Yeah. So I would say like I don't have regrets about being a reptile girly, but I kind of wish I had known at the beginning like how much of my identity
it would take. Yeah.
Yes, especially like the moment that I started YouTube and like the moment that we started the podcast and like those have just evolved to be like
time.
So much more. And so I don't know. No regrets. It just is a different perspective and is absolutely intertwined into my identity and who I am and will be for years to come, even if I'm no longer actively keeping. Because like, oh, did you know she used to keep?
Right.
Or used to breed or whatever. Yeah, whatever. We're so excited to introduce the Reptile Girlies to our favorite reptile-friendly coffee and tea brand, Cold Blooded Caffeine. Our favorite thing about them is that they donate 5% of all their proceeds to wildlife conservation to ensure reptiles and amphibians have a place to call home in the wild as well as in our homes.
And if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with herbal teas. So for any of our fellow tea lovers, they source some of the highest quality loose leaf teas in the world.
Cold Blooded Caffeine offers a wide variety of coffee like their Rainforest Blend, single origin options, and collaborations with some of the biggest names in the reptile world.
For 25% off your first order, use code WILDTYPE at coldbloodedcaffeine.com. Are you looking for a new enclosure for one of your reptile babies? Be sure to check out Cages with a K. Each enclosure is made to order by their team in Minnesota, which means they can even do custom builds.
The enclosures are made from high-quality PVC with tempered glass doors allowing for superior heat and humidity retention. They offer screen tops, side vents, and belly heat customization options to ensure the ideal setup for any environment.
So whatever dream home you want built, Cages has you covered. Use code WILDTYPE50 to get $50 off any order over $300 at reptilecages.com.
You know a question I get asked all the time?
What?
Where can I get some wood for my reptiles enclosure?
Oh, we hear this all the time.
Well, you're in luck because Pangea has just released some new Malaysian driftwood.
It's a highly variable driftwood with a high tolerance to moisture, so it's great for reptiles, amphibians, even aquatic enclosures. Pangea will be offering it in small and medium sizes with large coming soon.
This can be a really great option if you don't live in an area where natural branches are available, or perhaps you're just looking for some high quality wood for your enclosure. Head on over to PangeaReptile.com and get yourself some branches.
Okay, Neptune, what are your top 2 feeder bugs for all your critters?
Dubious for protein and black soldier fly larvae for lots of calcium.
Simpton offers a wide variety of insects like silkworms, dubia roaches, waxworms, and our favorites, black soldier fly larvae.
I've also heard the entomologists at Simpton have customized the diet of their black soldier fly larvae to maximize their calcium content, so there's no need to dust them with calcium.
So if you're interested in trying them out, use code THEWILDTYPE at SimptonBSF.com for 15% off your order. You guys have been following us long enough to know how much we love the BioDude. The BioDude makes it easy to bring high-level husbandry home with bioactive kits for bearded dragons, ball pythons, dart frogs, tarantulas, and of course chameleons. They're a one-stop shop for all things bioactive terrarium, from the leaf litter to natural decor to isopods and more.
My personal favorite are the plants, of course, and I don't forget to get my UVBs while I'm there.
And I've been using the Terra Firma substrate for years for so many of my different reptile species.
Lastly, the BioDude has a huge free resource library with care sheets and bioactive terrarium guides at thebiodude.com.
And it's interesting too, because like, I feel like I'm currently struggling with this, not just in like, you know, the work situation of like knowing that everybody knows and all that stuff, like not just that, but for me, like for so long, my presence on the internet has been just reptiles. Like that has been like all my content. That is the sole purpose of it. And while that's great and it's built the platform that I have and it's like done all these amazing things for me and I love the community and I love being a part of it all, I'm kind of in this place where I don't want that to be the only thing I'm posting about. I don't want to be only creating content about reptiles. I don't want to only be talking about reptiles all the time. And I feel like the podcast has been great for me because we talk about so many other things than just reptiles. Obviously, reptiles are the focus because we love them. But, you know, it's like I like having more to it. So I'm currently evolving that in my head of like how I want to show up on the internet as not just Lyssa the reptile keeper, but like what else do I want to share?
Yeah, I felt a shift with the podcast as well because I was like exclusively doing chameleon content and I was doing exclusively like education content as well. Maybe a couple entertaining stuff, but like really the primary focus was chameleon education, like exclusively. And so then the podcast, I remember being like, okay, what can I contribute to this beyond just like my expertise in chameleon care, right? And like what perspective can I share?
Yeah.
And one of my favorite episodes we did was keeping a law of reptiles versus a few different reptiles, because I feel like that was such a good juxtaposition of like the pros and cons of your experiences and perspectives and then the pros and cons of my experiences and perspectives. And it kind of made this light bulb moment go, oh, okay, so like there's so my own experience can be valuable too, even if it's limited to just these species. And so the podcast has opened up a lot more than just, you know.
And I think partially because of the podcast too, I feel like your content has expanded a lot in that way too. And so it's just cool. Like I think your identity in reptiles is important, but you have to find that balance. I think finding the balance of how you want to be known or how you want to be seen or showing up as you want to be seen is.
And really, you want to be seen as like a whole person.
Yes.
And being a reptile keeper is absolutely a part of that. Being a reptile girly is like one of my most like proud accomplishments or feelings or identifiers. Absolutely. But no one wants to be pigeonholed into just one thing. And that is not unique to being a reptile keeper or a reptile girly. That's anything. And recognizing that you have so many other interests, especially an identifier that oftentimes is stigmatized or comes with like very strong opinions or closed-minded perspectives that are just uneducated or unaware. They just don't understand everything that goes into it. The last thing I'll one second.
Excuse you.
Comment on is my mom got me this Neptune necklace.
I love that necklace.
Yeah. So I've been wearing it the last couple weeks, and I've just kept it on. I don't like take it off because it's like really hard to take off.
Yeah.
But I wore it to work, and so one of my coworkers was like, Neptune.
What's that?
Like,
oh, that's so interesting. I wouldn't have even thought about that because just wearing it just feels so natural. I just wouldn't have.
Yes. And they're like, oh, like the planet? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, do you just really like the planet? And I was like, yeah, because I'm not going to be like, actually, this is like a memoriam for my chameleon named Neptune, who was my very first reptile and the father to the babies I'm raising and the namesake for the business that I've built over the last 7 years, known by thousands of people around the world. And so, yeah, that's what that is. This is what that stands for. Like,
they're just like the planet.
I'm like, yeah, we'll go with that.
Sure. Yeah.
But it just like is one of those like is and that's not just like obviously like a necklace, but like we'll go to Tinley and then I'm taking time off work and my coworkers are like, so
where'd
like,
you go? What'd you do?
I'm like, oh, St. Patty's, you know, Chicago celebration. They're like, enjoy the green beer. We didn't even see the green river.
We saw nothing green except for reptiles. The only green things we saw were snakes and lizards.
So then they're like, oh, how was the trip? And I was like,
so great.
It's good.
So much fun in Chicago.
So yeah, it's just, I don't know, just different to navigate.
It's just a part of life. And I think every reptile keeper goes through it. I think every reptile keeper has their own version of it, their own, experience with it. And I think it's just interesting to talk about. And because like we said, we could go on for hours. This is such a layered,
and everyone has their own experience. It's a case-by-case basis. But if I had to pinpoint it, I want to be in control of the narrative of who finds out, when they find out.
Totally.
And then I also want to make sure people have like an open mindset and are like wanting to ask questions and willing to learn. So like you can have that dialogue and then just be able to like be proud of what makes you you and recognize that like that's a part of it.
Totally.
And like that's really special, but that's not the only part of who 100%. You are.
And if I get any type of not open-minded vibe, I run so fast.
It's funny because you're like a kill 'em with kindness person.
Oh, I absolutely am. Like you'll never know that I hate you.
You'll know if I hate you.
Yeah. That's true.
There won't be any.
Unless, well, it depends. If the line is crossed too far, after about like the third or fourth time I get like a negative vibe about it, you will know. Okay? But for the most part, I'm going to kill with kindness.
Smile and wave, boys.
Smile and wave.
Smile wave. Yeah. But let us know your thoughts of like, and it is a multifaceted and there's no right answer in like,
yeah.
It's obviously your own experiences.
I just want to hear y'all's experiences with it. You know, do they differ than ours? Are they the same as ours? Do you have your own, like, what is your feelings about your identity as a reptile keeper? Like, I just want to hear everybody else's experiences on it.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Especially since we've had similar conversations, but different from a different angle of like what it means to be a reptile girly and like all the joy and excitement and everything else that like comes with that. So this is just like a different flavor, I feel like.
Yeah.
Of like,
no, I love it.
But what happens when you're outside the bubble of fellow reptile girlies and what is that like to navigate?
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. I don't know. I love this whole topic. It's great.
Good.
We can discuss further later.
Good. Okay, do we want to do our smash or pass?
Ooh, yes.
This was your idea.
This was my idea, and it is very much stemming from the fact that I went to an EDM concert last night.
Yay. So what are we doing?
So we are doing smash or pass music genres.
Yes.
So there's so many different music genres. I am somebody that I like almost everything except for like one genre. And
we'll see if we talk about it.
We'll see. I'm not spoiling that just yet. But I listen to like everything, a little bit of everything. And I feel like certain people are very pigeonholed into different genres and different things. And so I thought it'd be fun to kind of go back and forth on them.
Let's do it. Okay, so smash or pass. I just like picked like the big ones. Yeah. So pop.
I'm a big fan.
Smash.
I'm going to smash.
Yep.
Absolutely. I love all pop music. I like Kesha's a little poppy. She's, we've got Halsey. We've got all,
Well, okay. Those are both like early 2000s, big pop artists, 2010s.
2010s.
What are your thoughts on 2020 pop?
Okay, that is very interesting because it's
Sabrina.
We've got Sabrina. We've got
Tate.
Zara Larsson. There's so many like new pop stars emerging, and I do really like Tate McRae. I'm a fan of. Some
I would
of her
say she's
stuff.
probably in my top up, like,
Really?
not that she's like hasn't been around, but like current trending. We'll put it that way. Pop artist.
Yeah,
I would say Sabrina is like.
She's okay. Here's the thing. I like her. I like her vibe. I like
her concerts.
Totally.
Like her performance.
Totally.
Her songs though, either they're overplayed and so they drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Or I just hear the same.
Loop.
I think they're just overplayed for me. That I
think that's all it is too. But I love her vibe and I love her branding and I love everything she's been doing. Like just witnessing her tour. I kind of view her a little bit the way that I view Taylor Swift, not because they're anything of the sort of the same. Like I think they're very different in all the things that they do. But for me, like I have always loved and admired Taylor Swift for everything that she is. But like from afar.
Have you seen the behind the scenes docuseries of the Eras Tour?
Mm-mm.
Watch it.
Oh, really?
So good.
So good.
Especially, this is perfect for the podcast.
We know we've got a lot of Swifties in here.
But just like as a lady on planet Earth, just trying to get through life.
Just trying to survive.
Especially as like two women who are trying to build this brand in what is like a very male-dominant space. I just see what Taylor's doing of like everyone who's doubted her and questioned what she's doing and like just her strategy and like work ethic and everything else is so admirable that I'm just like, you go, girl.
No, that's the thing. And that's why like I said, from afar in the sense that like there's a handful of Taylor songs I love, right? There's like there's certain eras of Taylor Swift that I'm like, God, that was my college era and that was great. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things I've really appreciated about her and her music and everything she's done, but I'm a Kesha and a Miley. I am not a Taylor. You know what I mean?
I very much enjoy Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But I will say I gravitate towards 2010s pop.
Me too.
Right?
Me too.
Lady Gaga.
Oh, God,
I'm waiting for Adele to drop a new album. Don't know if that's ever going to happen.
I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but God, I hope so.
But like those songs just come on. I'm like,
It's just a bop. But I love everything Sabrina's doing. I think her brand is incredible.
I hear Espresso one more time though.
That's the same problem I have.
And Man Child one more time.
I know, just yes. But I love her and I love everything she's doing. And all the new pop girlies, I'm like, let's get it. I just need
longer songs. These
Why
2
are songs
minute,
so
2.5
short these days?
Things, it's too short for me.
They're all so short. When we were growing up, music was always 3 to 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes.
That's lucky if you get 2 minutes.
It's crazy.
Okay, next genre, hip hop / rap.
Smash.
Pass.
Really? Wait, that shocks me.
Yeah. No,
Actually,
I will
it doesn't. No, actually, no, it doesn't.
No, that bad.
Continue.
I like 2000s
Yes.
hip hop
Yes.
and rap. I do not like current hip hop and rap, with the exception of Eminem.
Oh, every time.
Love Eminem.
Always.
Big fan.
He can do no wrong.
Big fan.
No wrong.
Also NF. He's like a rapper.
I don't even know if I know who that is.
It's literally the letter N and F.
I don't know. I don't think I know who that is.
Okay. I like his music.
Okay.
And like
This is making me realize I don't know if I know any like current really big like rapper or hip hop artist.
Because you're stuck in 2010s.
Yeah, I still listen to stuff from like 2005 on the reg. Like I'm not.
And that hip hop, I'm like
Everything.
all about.
Yeah.
I know we're both like big fans of like T-Pain,
God.
Lil Jon.
I am dying to see T-Pain live. I am dying to see him live. His concerts, that nobody has more fun at a concert than T-Pain.
That type of hip hop rap, I'm here for.
Forever.
Current stuff, don't care.
I think just in the sense that I don't, off the top of my head, know any hip hop or rap that is like super current and super fresh. Just tells me I don't think they're doing it like they used to. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, pass for me. You're like,
I'm gonna smash just because I have so many like hip hop and rap music, like
it's
songs
sprinkled
that
in there, but like I said, I'm picky.
Yeah.
Okay, rock.
This is hard because what do we like?
It could be classic rock.
I'm not a
you
big
could do
classic
like
rock girl.
alternative rock.
There we go. That's why I'm struggling, is because I am a big like alternative music girly, but not so much like classic rock.
I love like 80s rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know if I know any 80s rock.
Like AC/DC.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like that type of stuff,
That's fair.
right?
That's
80s rock.
Yeah.
So I would smash that. But you won't catch me listening to anything current.
Mine's more like, so I'm trying to, maybe I just need to hear the rest of the categories. Because I'm very much like a 2000s, like pop punk rock, like that stuff.
We're not going that.
We're not going that route?
No.
Okay, so then should I be smash in this if that encompasses
No,
my
because I would
like...
put pop punk in pop as like
Really?
a subgenre of pop.
So what kind of artists are you thinking in this?
For rock,
Yeah.
I can only think of like 80s rock, 90s rock.
Because like I would,
2000s.
because in my head I'm like classifying like Green Day, Blink-182.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good yeah, because I put them in between
All
pop
American,
punk.
All American Rejects. Like those are like Good Charlotte. Like
Yeah.
those are my bread and butter. So if that is being called rock, then I'm like,
I would put them as pop punk, which to me
Okay.
would then be in pop.
okay. I don't know how I would categorize that, but just let it be known that
Yes.
I smash any and all
No,
early
that's good.
2000s alternative pop punk rock, whatever category we're calling it.
Yeah.
That is my like
Because when I think rock, I'm thinking like old
80s rock.
school, like
classic
that-
rock.
yes.
You're thinking classic rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm
and
definitely
even
not
modern rock still follows suit of
Totally.
like being like
Totally.
super grungy.
Totally.
But pop punk is like,
its own.
yeah.
Because I don't classify that as pop. Like you won't catch me putting
No, I
Kesha in the
wouldn't put
same
it in pop,
category as
and
like
I wouldn't
Green
put it
Day.
in rock. I would put it in its
in
own.
its own world.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, let it be known that is my favorite place
I
to
would
live
smash
in the
pop
music
punk.
genre.
Okay, electronic EDM
Huge smash.
smash.
Major smash. We're both big.
Yeah.
Big fans. Big fans.
Love a good beat drop.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And plus, I mean, I married an amateur DJ for funsies. So
Yeah,
like that
for
is
funsies.
that is,
Yeah, I love a good EDM
Oh yeah.
beat drop.
Well, and you love, obviously you're a cycler too, so you very much
I need it.
Yeah.
I need it.
Inject EDM into my veins. I mean, that's
Okay, R&B / soul.
okay. I'm a pass.
Also pass.
Yeah.
I just can't get behind it.
I like it. Like if it's, again, I kind of listen to everything. So it's rare for me to like pass on any genre, but like you won't ever really catch me turning that on.
I listen to music 3 times. commuting in the car, driving.
Same.
Working, sitting at my desk,
Same.
doing something, or working out. And cleaning my house.
Yeah,
those are like, I would say, the 4 categories that I'm in. Never would I, in any of those 4 scenarios, listen to R&B soul music.
I wouldn't either. The only artist that is crawling into my brain right now that I feel like might fall in the R&B-ish category, and somebody in the comments is going to tell me I'm crazy for this, which is funny. But do you know the artist Swayze?
Not by name.
Okay, that feels like
I'd
it kind of falls
listen.
into that vibe, and I do love that. I mean, they're old. It's old music, but
okay.
But that's the old, for some reason that just popped into my head as R&B, and I could totally be wrong.
Pass for me.
Yeah, same.
Country.
Yeah, that's a major pass. That's the one category I was saying earlier that I...
Pass for me, but I am making it a goal for 2026 to try and listen to some of the like poppy country.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like there are, because I don't like classic country, twangy country, banjo-y country. Like, I can't really get down with that, but I do like a good like poppy country.
I can get on board with some poppy country. My issue is that I was like raised on country music.
Yeah, one of my best friends is a big country fan. So
Yeah.
for her sake, I'm trying to like...
Be nice.
I'm not opposed. I'm not like a music snob.
Here's the thing. I am the world's biggest fan of any and all live music. Have I enjoyed countless live country concerts in my lifetime? Yes, so many. I grew up going to a honky-tonk bar. I grew up on so much country music, and I can appreciate it when it's live, and I can enjoy it when it's live, and I actually have like a handful of like the occasional country songs that I love for simply like nostalgia's sake, and like just it is the genre I was like I grew up on, but like is it ever something that I will choose to really turn on outside of those like 5 songs?
No.
So
if it's not in my 4 categories of when I listen to music.
Do I still have a pair of cowboy boots that I've had since I was 13 years old, and that's the only thing that I wear to any type of outdoor country
I wear my
concert?
boots.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pass for me. So
yeah.
Okay, Latin. They could be like reggaeton, Latin pop, salsa, bachata.
I can definitely get on board with like a handful. Like, is this like Shakira would fall under this in the pop? Yeah. I mean, I can
also 2010s.
Can you tell that I'm a millennial?
What about Bad Bunny?
Love Bad Bunny. Big fan.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
Coming
Very
soon.
excited. Yes.
Yeah, I would say smash for me. But I have to be like time and place. It has to be the right type.
I would agree.
Of Latin, but I do like reggaeton because that is a little more like beat
totally
heavy, which I enjoy.
I also feel like for me it's setting dependent.
Sure.
Right? Like if I'm at a beach in Mexico, that's all I want to listen to, right? Like that's all I want to hear. But if I'm, you're
going for the vibes.
Yeah, like I love that kind of music if it's the vibe of the setting I'm in, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm all for it. So, yeah.
So was that smash or pass?
Oh, I didn't even say anything. We'll do a smash. It's not something that it's not a genre that I'm super familiar with and that I like am living in at all, but I enjoy it.
There you go.
So,
okay, jazz.
Pass.
I can't tell you the last time I listened to jazz, so pass.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed. Again, vibes, right? If I was like
jazz lounge
out somewhere and they were playing jazz music, I wouldn't be like
jazz lounge, ears. Cocktail bar, live jazz music. Here for it every time.
But in those 4 scenarios, I'm not listening to jazz.
Yeah, me either. Nope.
Okay, metal.
Okay. I went through a metal screamo phase in high school, and I do have the occasional metal screamo song from that time period that I will still put on. We Came as Romans, Asking Alexandria, All Time Low.
The only reason I know those bands is because I dated a guy in college.
Oh, really?
Whose brother was in a metal band.
Oh, that's so
And
funny.
he was into like metal music. So he took me to his brother's band's live like
oh my God,
metal
I literally
screamo show.
I cannot picture you in that concert. Oh my God.
Yeah, because it was in some like back alley,
yeah.
super sketchy warehouse.
100%. Which, that's the charm. That's the charm.
Yes. And they were just like, wow, wow, wow. you know, whatever. And I'm like, cool.
I will never forget the time that I left a Screamo CD in my car at like 16 and my dad gets in my car to go fill it up with gas because, yes, he does that as we've discussed. He got in my car. He came into the house. That man was so concerned. He was like, honey, what's that CD you got in there? So
I will say, like, Asking Alexandra
Yeah.
has some bangers of songs,
God, yeah.
and there are some really good ones. Not in my rotation, not in my
No.
4 scenarios am I
No.
listening to metal, and I would say 99% of the time,
Yeah.
not my vibe.
Yeah.
I would say I would lean towards metal, pop metal,
Yeah. I can. Yeah.
kind of like that pop punk metal kind of vibe. Definitely not screamo though. I can't do it.
I'm going to say Smash just because I have a lot of love for that genre, just because it was a chunk of my life.
Did you ever go to Warped Tour?
I was just about to say your real name out loud again. Yes.
So I went to Warped Tour with that boyfriend.
What year?
Okay, let me do some math here.
I'm so curious.
Would have been in college. We dated. It would have been 2018, 19.
That's so cool. I went to Warped Tour in 2010 and 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no. When did
So you know how I said
Oh, no. That's when I graduated college. So it was when I was in college. So that would have been
17.
13,
Oh, okay.
13, 14.
That sounds
So it
more
was like
correct.
freshman, sophomore year of college.
I feel like, yeah, okay. That makes more sense.
13, 14.
Okay, that checks out. Yeah. So I have a photo with Simple Plan from Warped Tour. I have a photo with the drummer of We Came as Romans from Warped Tour. I have a photo of some skater boy that I met at Warped Tour.
I wore my Vans and a shirt with a skull on it.
Absolutely. I had like this little tank top and like the shortest of shorts and my like
jean shorts.
My early 2000s
They're all ripped up.
like ridiculous sunnies, like just crazy. Yes. That in another lifetime I loved Warped Tour.
That is not my type of music. To your point, it's live music.
I don't care what the music is. If
I
it's
did
live,
learn
I'm
though
there.
the true meaning of a mosh pit though.
Oh God, yeah, girl, you got to run when that starts happening. You run.
I was like, people are getting like physically harmed.
Yeah, no, and that's the point. That's the point of a mosh pit.
I didn't
Actually,
realize.
it's actually not. I take that back. For anybody in mosh culture, I'm very aware that the point is for everybody to do this in like a safe and secure fashion. I understand that. But
This was not that.
yeah.
This was just people body slamming into each other.
No, I got real good at a young age and it actually served me well last night in our concert. I got really good at a young age, at ripe old age of like 16, of looking around in a crowd and seeing the chaos and being like, I'm backing away and being like pushing. And last night there was a guy in the crowd. I clocked from where I was standing. I happened to be standing on a step and I clocked a security guard flashing a flashlight and coming through the crowd. And we were with 2 friends and Logan, and I immediately was like, get out of the way. Somebody's coming through. And immediately the security guard came through and there was a shirtless guy like thrashing around. The security guard picked this man up like a toddler, like a baby. He had one arm on his back and one arm under his legs and goes, whoo, and scooped this man up and carried him out the back door. And I was like,
Smart.
That's why we got out of get out of the way, friends. We got to make room.
No, so we were definitely on the outskirts.
Yeah.
And we were just like bopping from stage to stage anyways.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I witnessed
Did you ever have a mosh pit get started literally like right next to you?
No.
Oh yeah.
Because I was not in the center. I was on the outskirts.
This is where men come in a lot of handy, and any man near you, put him in front of the mosh pit. Just separate yourself using a man from a mosh pit.
I'm not even going near that. Okay, classical.
Okay. If I am having to like really, really hyper focus on something, right? Like work wise, like if I'm working or listening to music and some stuff, sometimes I can't listen to music with words. So sometimes I will either turn on like certain frequency music to help like focus on stuff, but I will occasionally turn on classical like Beethoven, Mozart, like stuff when I need to like hyperfixate on something. If I'm, you know, too distracted or whatever, like that will sometimes be the music I'll listen to, but not often. It's only if I like really need to like quiet my brain, you know?
So you're going to smash or pass?
I'm going to pass because it's only something I use as a tool to hyperfixate.
Got it.
So, but like, is it something I love listening to? No. But is it useful and serve a purpose occasionally? Yes.
I have 2 comments on this.
Okay.
One, I'll pass. But my 2 comments are the default radio station I had on my car was classical.
Really?
Yeah, because I would wait for my phone to connect to Apple CarPlay, so it has
Right.
to play something. And so I'd always use classical because classical doesn't play a lot of ads. And and sometimes you'd get like random songs or a bunch of stuff. So the classical station is very chill because their only ads are asking for donations. So like it's very chill.
That is
so
chill. Love that.
I would have that as my default car radio station. Additionally, in college, when I was trying to study, I would listen to classical pop, Pandora station.
Oh, cute. I love that.
Because then it was familiar. Think like Adele, right? Because we're in like 2010s. But it would be classical. So there's no words. So you can still focus, but it's still a familiar tune.
I like that a lot.
And so you could try that while you're doing
I
your...
actually like that a lot better than the occasional like original Beethoven.
Yeah. But it is calming. I can still focus,
Yeah.
but then I still have something kind of like playing. I haven't done that really since college. So that's why I'm passing on classical.
I'll pass too, just because it's not something I necessarily like love to listen to, but I think it serves some really great purposes. And I know some people who like listen to it for like working out. Like I just think it's so interesting.
I don't know. My boyfriend work out in silence sometimes, and I'm like, nope.
Oh,
nope.
I'm gonna need to discuss that with him because that's weird.
No, I mean he did lose his AirPods temporarily, so maybe.
Oh, it wasn't by choice.
I don't know, because I would have brought in like some like old Apple wired connected headphones.
No, in Logan and I's little like where we keep our keys and our wallets and stuff, like we've got like a little, you know, like home spot.
Yeah.
In there we keep a pair of wired headphones just in case we ever can't find our AirPods.
See, I would do that
100%.
for not listening to anything.
Absolutely. You won't catch me dead
I
in
would
the
have
gym.
packed these to the gym. I would have brought my...
I would have driven home to get the headphones and then gone back is what I would have
Yeah. He also like drive in silence. And I'm like,
he's such an interesting creature. He's wonderful and so sweet, but sometimes he does things and I'm like, what?
could never be me. I'm listening to music constantly.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Constantly in the house, at work, like constantly listening to music. But there you guys have it. Those are our smash and pass, like probably like top 10 music genres that are out there. But of course, to your point, there are sub genres and of course like way more.
So many.
Way more than that. But I feel like that's just like a good, well-rounded lineup.
I want to like take a poll of the Reptile Girlies with these genres and see like kind of like what the highest percentage of like Reptile Girlies listen to what. I would love to know that. I'm just very curious. So drop in the comments. What are like your favorite music categories, music genres? I want to know. I'm nosy.
I think everyone knows that word, nosy.
We're incredibly nosy. So just keep telling us all the things. We love it.
Also, I wanted to pitch this idea. In hindsight, I should have talked to you about it before I say it out loud. But like, would you guys be open to doing like a Q&A type? Because remember we used to do those voice memos and then Spotify like
they took
away
that feature away.
The feature. But like I would love to have a more interactive
Me too.
type of thing. And we like ask you guys and like some of you do a great job in the comments. But
I think Instagram DMs still let you send the voice memos. So we could do it that way. I mean, that's something we could do. We're clearly brainstorming this live. So
but also even just like a written, like you write in.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Of like, I don't know, not like an advice column, but like get your perspective or a crazy story time that we can react to.
I mean, we could literally take it real old school and just do like a Dear Reptile Girlies kind of thing.
That's
know?
What I just
think I would love that.
We obviously gab and chat and have no issue doing that, but it would just be fun to kind of like pull you guys into it.
1,000%. Let's do it.
And we like see your comments, but they're not really like ones we can like pull into the episode and stuff like that. But just put it out there if that's something you guys think you'd be comfortable with. Like we are all open to that.
I think it'd be really cool. Again, just brainstorming live here. So if this isn't what ends up happening, we'll figure out whatever it is. But like, I would love to like once a month have like a Dear Reptile Girlies thing where like, you know, we
yes, if there's enough interest.
If there's enough interest.
Then we can like get a regular cadence going. I would say Instagram DMs are probably
totally
the best option. You can type a message, but you can also send a voice memo, whatever. So I would say both of those are fair game. And just put the little caveat of like, this is for
Dear Reptile Girlies
an episode
or whatever.
Yeah. We'll see what you guys come up with, but
let us know.
That'll wrap up this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. And if you do decide to participate, like, we are looking forward to it. Yes. You can follow the podcast everywhere at the Wild Type Podcast. That's where you can find us on Instagram too. Then message us. Yes. You can follow me everywhere, Neptune the Chameleon.
And me everywhere at Lyssa Lizards.
She's rocking our cute Wild Type Podcast
it's so
merch that's available in the description link for all the episodes. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye, girlies.